Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kit Cave. I hope everybody's doing fine on this very showery, wintry and cold and blustery day that we're having here in the UK at the moment, and of course across the world. Back with you again for another progress update, or an update at least, with the AMT ERTL 1400 scale. I can never remember that bit. The 1400 scale USS Enterprise D build, which is now going into well over a year. It's got to be said. Um, First of all, I'd just like to give a big shout out to everybody that's, as ever, who's hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and left comments. As always, is very, very much appreciated. And I don't ever ask people to do it. It's purely people's personal choice, but it is very much appreciated when you do. As mentioned, I hope everybody's fine. It's been a while since my last progress update with this build. It's been a little over 2 months since the last video. I will go into what I've been up to at the moment. It doesn't appear to be much at this point, and sadly, it hasn't been very much progress. Just very quickly, I have made a little bit of progress, but not as much as I would have liked to. Unfortunately, around about 6 weeks ago, myself and my wife had the very, very tragic news of a diagnosis. My wife was diagnosed with motor neurone disease, and so, as you can probably imagine, my time and effort has been based on that diagnosis. Not great news, to be said. We've had a lot going on, a lot to deal with, a lot of appointments, a lot of hospital visits, a lot of home care visits, and just, yeah, just, working full time, and then every other waking minute and hour of every each day just has been spent dealing with that. So all my focus and attention has been there. But hey ho, it's life. Life throws us these challenges. We have to move forward with it, do the best we can, and that's what we're doing. I have made a little bit of progress though. Last weekend I was able to get a couple of hours in on this kit. I believe where I left off last time, I was still working on the top saucer, and more so working on the rim here, getting these rim windows into place, or starting that process of drilling in all of these windows. I am happy to report that they are now all done. They are all drilled in, all positioned, following the reference images online of the studio scale model, to get them into an accurate place as much as I could possibly make them. And they are all in, both sides. This side on here, the side that I started with, took a little bit of time, doing each one, marking a couple, following the reference images, then drilling them out, marking a few more, drilling them out, and so on and so on and so forth. When I came to this side, it's just literally a copy of this side. So one side to the other, they're just a mirror copy. This side was a lot quicker. I had this done literally within a matter of hours. I'll just mark them in, drill them in, and getting in the process. And they're all there. It's hard to pick up, but they come out as best as they, quite clean for the scale that they are. Um, Quite a straightforward process. Bit fiddly, but once you get into it, they go quite well. As you may be noticing here as well, you can see I've actually gone through and started the process of opening up some of these windows. I've done it here, I've done it here, done it here, done it here. I've got a couple more. That was this morning. I actually sat down this morning just before I had to pop out, and you can see I've got some drill holes in there. Couple more drill holes in, just to open up a few more around the rim here. Again up here, and a few more along this. I can't see where they are now on camera. There they are, and a couple of more drill holes there. Few more just there to open up some more of these windows. And of course, the whole idea is to let the light shine through. Here are the windows at 10 forward. Yeah, and that's kind of all I've managed to get done in 2 months. Would you believe? But hey, is what it is. Drilling these windows, certainly opening them up here, not a hard thing to do. I wouldn't say it's a finicky job. You've just got to be careful with doing it if ever you wanted to do it. And I've got to be honest, I seriously doubt that people out there watching this are actually even considering doing these drilling in windows. You're probably thinking, my God, you're absolutely insane for doing this level of complexity and detail. And I've got to be honest with you, everybody, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Why did I start? But hey ho, labor of love. Opening up these windows, quite straightforward. Is pretty much the same process as on the top here. So some pilot holes drilled through. Then on the back of the saucer, as you can see, they're going in there. with a ream bit on my little Dremel tool, thinning out the plastic as much as I can, then carrying on drilling through, working out the plastic nice and carefully using tiny little 0.3. Let's see if the camera picks that up. I'm not sure it will with the lighting as well. No, I can't really make that out. These are 0.3 millimeter drill bits. Absolutely tiny little things. They do snap for a pastime, but if you're careful with them, let the Dremel tool do the work of reaming out the plastic. Just get it in there, ream it out, into that little hole, get it reamed out nice and, I'm doing it off camera, I do apologise, reaming it out in there. It does go through. One of these ones has already snapped, which is okay. Oh, it's in my tool, and the snap bit's quite good for then getting in there. You can be a little bit more aggressive with it. I'm doing it off camera again. I do apologise. With the snapped off tool, you can get it in there, work it through, work the plastic out, and then with the tip of a very sharp hobby knife, just clean it up a little bit to allow the light to shine through. How successful this is going to be, everybody, I don't know. I don't know yet, being the opaque plastic. Not the best, so apologies for this shining through here. But you can kind of make out with a torch on. Yeah, okay. Once I've actually put some clear resin into these windows afterwards to light them up, you kind of get the idea, and they're shining out nice and bright. With a torch here, you can kind of see it is shining through a little bit. And so the trick's going to be with the placement of the LED strips. Yeah, that one's shining through. Nice, just there. Those little 3 windows right on the edge here. So yeah, it's actually looks quite good. I mean, this is a very bright LED torch I'm using here, but you kind of get the idea what I'm trying to go for. Yeah, it's actually working quite well. I'm actually quite pleased with that. Nice. As I was just waffling on there, I suppose it's all going to be down to the placement of the LED. Certainly on the bottom half of the saucer to shine up, maybe getting them quite close to this edge on the bottom section, so it'll shine up and allow the light to shine through. And then all the other LEDs placed around here in the strips going round. Yeah, we'll hopefully hope to shine it all through, and it'll look good. So that's where we are with this, everybody. So what's next? What am I going to carry on with then this afternoon and tomorrow? Because I now actually have some free time. You can see I've kind of started up here with the navigation lights. I've got my hole drilled there. I'm going to go in and open up the little hole. Where is it? Just there. I've done a little pilot hole. Get that one open up that side. Get this one opened up this side. I think I'm only doing a 0.5 millimeter hole at the moment. It's going to have a bit of fiber optics run through there and connected into an LED, and you can kind of see what I've already done with this one at the front here, where it's connecting to by 10 forward. I've drilled out a little channel, that's so that I can lay the fiber optic strand in there nice and flat, and get a bit of heat on it, and do a 90-degree bend on it so it goes up through the top, connected to an LED, which is going to sit somewhere around here. And that's going to be the same fashion on this side. One I've already got marked as well, so once I finish just opening up these few more windows here this afternoon, I can then make a start on this piece to get the bridge section in. You can see pencil line drawn into place, because this is not actually sat straight on. It's actually on a skew. It's actually on a diagonal. It's on an angle like this. It's not completely squared, and so that's going to need this plate drilled out and cleaned up and reamed out to allow light to pass through this bit, because what I've got, of course, is the motion picture miniatures aftermarket resin pieces for this kit. Certainly the clear top here, the clear section of the bridge, so that plastic's coming out to allow the light to shine through. But also you can see I've marked it with pencil line, and I used the actual stock kit, the stock plastic kit in here. I think it was yesterday. I just placed it on, kind of skewed it around a bit, got it in square, and then marked on here where I'm going to have to get sanding, get the Dremel tool on it, and just sand it back a little bit, ream it out just a tiny fraction, not too much, to allow then the clear resin piece to sit in there, but squared round and nice and straight. Once that bit's done, it's then going to be chopping out this section for the shuttle bay and installing of the motion picture miniatures part into that bit. That's a nice straightforward job. I've then got the green strawberry photo edge set to do the arboretum windows, get those put in. I'm probably going to put in a little bit of clear plastic as well on the back of that Or I don't know actually, I might leave them open, I'm not sure. Whichever works. But anyway, either clear or just left open with the holes to allow the light to shine through. That's an easy fix to do. A lot of putty work and sanding to be done on there. I'm then going to put in the photo etch set for the transport emitters. I'm going to put those on, sand these little ridges down a little bit more, and then attach the photo etch set that I've managed to source. Quite lucky to find that actually. And I will cover that when I come to it on the video. Get those attached. And then lastly, it's taking out this. It's getting rid of this phaser bank here around the edge. Now, I've got to be honest, that's the bit that's worrying me the most. Not impossible to do. It's going to be finicky. Going to take it carefully because, of course, what I've got, again, I bought the Motion Picture Miniatures aftermarket resin detail set for the for these. Come on, Steve, for the phaser bank array here, or the phaser array here. But what I did with the Motion Picture Miniatures one, they were supplied in white resin, and I recast them. I made a mold of them in silicone resin, and I recast them into clear resin. So I'm going to be using the clear set that I made for myself to go in there. And again, that just allows the light to penetrate and shine through to get the phaser effect in. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at this stage. So more work to do on here. Hopefully I can start to speed up the progress over the next few days and coming weeks. I'll finally get motoring back on with this. But yes, with the sadly, as I said, the last 2 months, my focus and attention has been on obviously the unfortunate diagnosis that we had. But there we go, it's coming along. I've still, over on the bench, still got the electronics mocked up. I haven't even got round to even building this properly into a circuit board to install into the base, but that's a work in progress. That'll come in time. Part of the reason that I haven't done it as well, I've got the core of this all set up and the program and the Arduino, and of course I did that way back around about this time last year. I started that, so this has just been sat here all this time, getting all the programming in. And again, some of my earlier videos in the playlist series for this build actually details, or doesn't detail that much, but it does go through what step by step as I was going through that. It's still mocked up. I haven't switched it on in a while, so I'm going to treat myself now on this video, and I'm going to actually run it. As you can see here, I've been, this is a different speaker than previously. I kind of took apart an old Wi-Fi speaker here that we had knocking around the house and nobody was using it. And I've just been trying out different speakers to see what, try the sound quality, because I'm conscious the sound quality isn't quite the best when it comes out of an Arduino. So I'm just figuring out how I can improve that a little bit. Maybe it's, I need to look into the electronic side of it a little bit more to get that a little bit better. But yeah, essentially what we've got a speaker to play sound. We've got, this is, of course, just quickly going over, this is the LED strip that will be installed into the nacelles, into the warp nacelles, because this does the white warp flashing. This, of course, is the addressable LED strip that's going to be installed into the top saucer. That's for the phaser firing effect. And then we've got all our little blinky lights down here, just mocked up with the programming to show all the strobe and navigation lights on the torpedo firing effect. What I was thinking as well with this, with the programming, certainly when I had the IDE done and ready and all installed onto the Arduino, I was a little bit worried about how much space the programming was going to take up. My fears were unfounded. It's only used up literally half the memory space for the Atmega 328p microchip. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, I've got more space to play around with, do a bit more programming with this, if available. Looking at the board, and I got some spare pins left here, and I'm I'm looking at the an Arduino Nano, and I even bought, I can't remember what they were now. I'll have a look at see how many available pins are left. But I'm thinking about adding in another button. I've got 3 buttons mocked up already for the effects. I'm thinking about a 4th button. And I thought it'd be quite nice once it's all installed. Make use of the sound card that's here, because there's only a few sound files on it. Add more sound fonts to it. Add more sounds to it. So you've got a button. And I'm kind of thinking it's kind of like a random button. Just press the button and it randomly cycles through different sound effects, different sound fonts. There is a website online that you can download the fonts from, and that's where I've got all the fonts for this from that. I can't remember what it is. I do apologise, everybody. It's been a year since I since I mocked this thing up. I can't remember what it's called. I'll cover it in another video. But I thought it'd be nice, you know, just as a little fun, quirky thing when it's all finally done and finished. You just press that button and it just randomly cycles through different sound effects. You know, computer sounds. It's got audible, verbal, audible download examples of, you know, Majel Barrett as the voice of the computer saying different phrases, and I thought that would be quite fun and quirky and all that kind of thing. You know, just randomly cycling through it would be a nice thing, be a nice little added touch to it, I think. Anyway, enough of my waffling on. Let's plug it back in. Let's have a little play. I haven't played with this in over a year. A year already. Wow, time does fly. Let's get it plugged in then. So here goes in the power source. This is 9 volts going straight into the board. Flick this one on. The 5 volt supply needed for here. So I've got a separate power setup going into the addressable there. And I don't know if this is going to be picking it up on the microphone. As soon as you switch, as soon as the power plugs in, it starts to play. We just move the microphone. It actually starts to play intro music. I'm not sure how that's going to come out on the video. It might sound really terrible. I've got to be honest. If it does sound terrible on the video, rest assured that it actually doesn't sound terrible. You can hear a little bit of clicking coming through the speaker, and I think that's just the pulse modulations of the Arduino. That's what I need to look at, maybe clearing up a little bit. But yeah, that's a nice tune. That is, of course, the end credits from Star Trek V, would you believe? The Final Frontier. I just like that composition of that theme, which was of course then used for the Next Generation. And it carries on playing. It does play the whole soundtrack. But let's press a button. Let's press one of these buttons, see what's going to happen. Here we've already got the navigation strobes blinking away. The timing's already worked out there. Let's press this button over here, see what's going to happen. I can't actually remember which one it does what now, but there we go. Let's have a look, see what happens. Oh, there's a phaser firing effect. Yay, look at that. There we go. Again, a little bit of fun. And there's the phaser firing effect with the sound effect in there. Boom. Locking on and chasing. And again. Oof. One more time. So it locks on and then chases round, keeping the lock on as it's firing to a ship that's moving. Oh, that's awesome. I like that. That's great. That's great. What does this one do? I think this is the warp flash effect. Yes, it is. Ooh. That flashing effect coming off there, and then of course this will just leave the torpedoes firing front and back. There, boom, boom. I'm not quite sure if that's the right sound effect though for the Next Generation. I'm gonna have to have a look at that. I think that's more reminiscent of the original series torpedo firing effect, but it's a nice solid torpedo firing sound there. Brilliant, love it. Excellent, I like that. Like it. Why haven't I played with that for an entire year? That's just awesome. Like a big kid now. But there we are, everybody. Let me switch that off then. Let's save that. I don't want to short circuit it out accidentally by touching crossing wires. There we go. That's all off. But there we are, everybody. Quick update for you. Not a quick update. 20 minutes. I do apologise. I will one day, once I get some time, actually figure out, do nice fancy title intros and splicing videos together to show progress as I work through bits and pieces, video editing and stuff like that. I just don't have time, everybody. I would love to do it, put together a nice fancy video for everybody, but it's just a time factor, and what with everything else going on. I'll get there one day. But there we are. I'll carry on then this afternoon, get the rest of these little windows on the rims that I've started, get those opened up. And then for today, I was hoping to get this piece out, get this bit done and finished and out, and even possibly then install and have the actual clear piece installed into there for today. And then crack on with the next bits as we go round. That's the plan. But there we go. Oh, in other news as well, something else I forgot. January sales, don't you just love them? Straight after Christmas, This is more related to my other playlist series with regards to my coming back after many years to Warhammer and the Games Workshop, and my Sisters of Battle models, which are still very much, again, work in progress. There they are. This is the Battle Sister squad. They're all made up, primed, ready to get painted. I have painted one of them. I know this is not what this video is all about, but why not cover the bases? There's one, you know, Order of the Argent Shroud painted up scheme there. Just got to finish that one off. Not looking too shabby. I'm not going to showcase that one too much. That's coming on another video. But what I did buy, what the hell? I bit the bullet and I decided, do you know what? I bought myself a resin 3D printer. It's the Anycubic Photon Mono 2. I'll do a separate review video on that, but there we go. That's been my new toy. I picked that up in January. I have used it. I have printed a few things on it. Yeah, my God, absolutely impressed with well, just impressed with it. Just the quality of prints that come out on this thing is just unbelievable. And for somebody who's never dabbled into resin printing before, I've always focused on the old FDM here. And you can see this is a terrain piece that's still a work in progress as well. I've got too many works in progress things going on at the moment. Yeah, just the quality that comes out, just unbelievable. But there we go. Anyway, I'll wrap up. Sorry for the waffling, everybody. I hope everybody's fine. I'll wrap up there. I'll be back as soon as I can then with another progress update video showcasing what's happening with this piece and where I get. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Again, thanks for all the comments, likes, and subscriptions. I hope everybody is safe and fine and having a great weekend. Or if it isn't the weekend yet, depending on where you are on the world, please do have a very, very good weekend. And yeah, I'll hopefully be back with you all very, very soon. You all take care now. Bye-bye.